Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and if it wasn't already something that was on a lot of Bucs fans' minds, these recent comments from Jason Light really confirmed that Devin White is probably not going to be back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Joining me is Rhett Matthew of the Cannon Fire podcast. Here's the quote, Rhett. When asked if there have been lines of communication between the Bucs and Devin White, Jason Light said, "No, we're still trying to make some decisions." Not good. Not good for the people who want Devin White back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What are your thoughts and opinions on that quote, Rhett? That's a pretty blunt, straightforward statement from Jason Light.
Yeah, we talked in another video about how transparent Jason Light has been about their desire to bring back guys like Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Levante David, Antoine Winfield, Tristan Wirfs, and he's straight to the point with Devin White. Of course, he leaves everything on the table. He doesn't outright say that Devin White will not be back in a Buccaneers uniform next season. But I think this is the situation we all kind of saw playing out, especially once we knew Devin White was getting benched during the regular season. We got to see a little bit more KJ Britt. I think the Bucs are banking on their future players, and they're figuring out who they have the budget for. And I know Devin White's market value certainly isn't what it was to begin the 2023 season, but I just don't know if there's going to be much room for him on this roster next season. I think it's a relationship turned sour. I think 3 quarters into the season, we kind of knew that this is the way things were going to play out. But it's definitely disappointing if you're a fan of Devin White. And, he did a lot of good things during his time in Tampa. He's not gone yet, but he'll certainly be remembered for what he was able to do during that playoff run in 2020. But I think the biggest reason the Bucs feel this way is just a lack of production over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, talk about the writing on the wall. My goodness. But secondly, look, I understand Devin White had a very poor final, let's call it a final season, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where the play wasn't where you wanted it to be, the trade request was in there, and all these different types of things that were going on, where he allegedly wanted $20 million per year in a contract, and all these different types of things, right? And a lot of people have been very critical of Devin White. While that is fair, I think it is also fair to acknowledge, like you said, what Devin White did bring to the team. He was very instrumental in the 2020 Super Bowl run. He did have a lot of good moments with the Buccaneers, and if this is the end, hey, I wouldn't consider Devin White a bust or this to be a poor decision that was made by Jason Light. Ultimately, you got a lot of good play out of Devin White, right? And you won a Super Bowl, and just sometimes business is business, right, Rhett?
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and paint with a broad brush and say that Devin White is a bust or he's a misdraft pick for Jason Light because of what he was able to accomplish and because of the hype that he had after that 2020 season. I do think that he is a player, regardless of how things ended here in Tampa Bay. I think a change of scenery for him is the best thing in his career. Regardless of wherever he ends up, a linebacker needy team, if he ends up on a winning team or a losing team, I think he's going to get back to that Devin White the national media love to talk about to some degree. I don't know if he's going to be able to replicate consistently what he was able to do during that 2020 playoff run, and that's another reason why he's been underperforming as of late. But I think he's a talented player, and I do think he was a good pick for Jason Light. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's forever etched in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history, but for one reason or another, just hasn't really been doing what the Bucs have expected him to do at the linebacker position these last couple of seasons. And between that, the trade request, the drama last offseason, it just seemed like you said, the writing was on the wall, and this is a move we saw coming.
And I would even say this, even if that trade request didn't happen, Rhett, and you didn't hear rumors of the contract demands being upwards of $20 million per year, I still think there would have been a chance that Devin White could have been back, right? But like you said, just relations seem to have soured this past year. That's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah, and I think we're kind of wasting time. I know a lot of people might get involved in the back and forth trying to play the blame game, right? I don't think we're going to accomplish anything trying to blame this on Devin White, on Jason Light, on the Buccaneers organization. I think one way or another, at the end of the day, the NFL is a business. Devin White is a grown man trying to make his money. So at the end of the day, the relationship is between him and the organization. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So Folks, let us know your thoughts and opinions about these quotes from Jason Light. Do you agree with Jason Light in the sense of not even having conversations to bring back Devin White? Do you disagree? Do you still think he should be back? Let us know your thoughts and opinions. We'd love to hear them down in the comments section below. Go check out Rhett over at the Cannon Fire Podcast. Does some great work over there. And as always, guys, we'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.